Hey everybody, it's Glecko back with yet another video. So we got a One Piece. Well, at the time of this recording, I'm actually making like a bulk of videos. So I actually made a couple One Piece videos already. So okay, well, all right, whatever. One Piece themed, whatever. Okay, anyway. So I wonder something, right? What if the admirals, the current admirals in the story, started a pirate crew and became pirates and went to search for the One Piece, right? Man, you know what? No. Take that back. Let's not even talk about the One Piece. Let's just say what they formed a pirate. Well, no, because they would have to. They would need a goal. All right, yeah. They go look for the One Piece, right? It has to be active military personnel. So no no retired reserves like Guard, Sengoku, none of them. Plus, I don't think any of them would ever go for something like this. I don't think any of the admirals would, but just throwing something out there. But anyway, and they actually have to be in the Navy. So, that's going to include the Fleet Admiral Akainu, Kizaru, Fujitora, and Green Bull. This is not these admirals forming their own pirate crews. Because if I'm being honest, if they form their own pirate crews, they kind of be our. So they'd be prominent, but they wouldn't be like, oh snap, world enders. I'm talking all four of these guys on one crew, one pirate crew. This crew right here could destroy the One Piece world. There is not a crew, a pirate crew, marine, nothing. There is nothing that would stop these guys. So obviously, Akainu would be the captain. And we'd say second in command would probably be Kizaru. Then we'd have Green Bull as like the second division commander. So first division commander will be Kizaru, second division commander Green Bull, third division commander Fujitora. I do kind of have Green Bull over Fujitora just because, anime logic. He showed up later in the anime, so. But who knows? Who knows, right? Who knows, with this One Piece. But anyway, all right, so obviously no pirate crew would be able to, like I was saying, no pirate crew would be able to stand up to these guys. Not even Shanks' crew. Not the Straw Hats, none of them. I do believe, because they wouldn't be alone. I'm sure they'd gather up followers as they went. I don't know if they would convince anybody from the actual Navy to join them. Honestly, I don't see all of them doing this either, but I'm just throwing something out there. So let's say they don't get no Navy, people don't leave the Navy and become pirates with them. Okay, fine. But they'd find their own crews eventually. And heck, even if it was just them, that'd still be a pretty formidable, but yeah, I do think they'd get a good sized crew. Maybe about, I don't know, you know what? I could see each crew member, each admiral, I could see they'd be a whole crew, but they would travel with multiple ships, right? Akainu would have his own ship. Kizaru would have his own ship. Green Bull would have his own ship. Fujitora would have his own ship. So I think I named them. Yeah, okay, I named them all. And on their ship, they probably have about, I don't know, let's say, 20 to 100, fodder soldiers. And I think each one will probably have one good, right-hand commander. Like somebody on the level of, say, either somewhere between somewhere like a third division and first division commander, but that's not the point here. Okay, would they be Yonko? I don't know. I know they would have a base because they probably have to have somewhere to rest, right? All right, they'd have a base. Going back to what I was saying earlier, I do not believe any pirate crew would be able to beat this crew. Blackbeard, no. Let's remember that Blackbeard's commanders have not had the best showing right now, right? Law briefly held his own, and I do mean very, very briefly. But Law did briefly hold his own against Blackbeard and Van Auger, Doc Q, Burgess. I think that was it. I don't. Yeah, and we're not gonna count Stronger, but yeah. So Van Auger, okay. So Van Auger did, briefly, Law briefly held his own. Well, he had some crew too, but it's Law's crew. But John Bart was able to block a shot from Van Auger, and shout out to John Bart. Van Auger was able to blow up away Cracker's Biscuits, and Cracker's Biscuits was able to briefly contend with a bound man, Gear 3 bound man, not Gear 3, I think fourth gear. Gear 3, Gear 4, bound man Luffy. So hey, they're pretty tough. But eventually Law did get beat. Now, of course, Blackbeard was being Blackbeard. He was all he was holding being all arrogant and letting his guard down, but still. Okay, cool. But his commanders, like all of his commanders, got one shot by Aokiji. He froze them all. He froze them when he got on the island because he had a fight with him. Then Blackbeard came. They all drank. Then Lafitte suggested they kill Kuzan. Kuzan froze all the commanders other than Blackbeard. So with the Blackbeard pirates, right, the only actual threats is Blackbeard and Aokiji. But Blackbeard and Aokiji cannot beat Akainu, and they can't beat Akainu and three other admirals. Firstly, they're outnumbered. The three admirals alone could beat them, right? And you talking about here's how this fight goes, right? Akainu walks up to Blackbeard. Kizaru goes up to Aokiji. Now, I'm going to be honest. I don't know who would win those fights, but I know those fights would drag on for a good little minute. Green Bull and Fujitora dispatch of the other 9 Titanic captains. I think they do this relatively easily. Now, we do know that Green Bull fought Weevil, and he actually had to go all out because when Miss Buckingham Stussy was talking to Marco the Phoenix, she told Marco Green Bull showed up to capture Weevil, and he wasn't pulling any punches. That means he was not holding back. And Weevil is still alive because he was talking from the ship and he was getting dragged away. So Weevil, we don't know how strong Weevil is. So that needs, and Weevil's most likely a clone of Whitebeard. So having to go all out against a clone of Whitebeard, hey man, that needs to be respected. That needs to be respected. It really does. So he's but he's got to be at least 2nd Division, 1st Division commander. So he well enough to handle Blackbeard's crew. But then you got to remember his fodder soldiers. So Blackbeard. The fathers get taken down first, and the other admirals come to help Kizaru and Akainu, and the Blackbeard pirates are done. Luffy's crew just can't do it. Not yet. Just maybe after Elbaf, but right now, no, they're not really strong enough. They're not strong enough to handle the 3 admirals and Akainu. Plus, all their fodder soldiers and all that. Now, let's get to Shanks' crew. And definitely not Buggy's crew. But let's get to Shanks' crew. Shanks. We do not know the upper limits of Shanks' strength. Shanks was able to stop the Paramount War, but you have to remember that Shanks is a Yonko. He's very powerful. And the Marines had just got through fighting a grueling several-hour-long battle with the Whitebeard pirates. They were hurt, all of them. Kizaru and Aokiji were more a little more better off than say Akainu was. But I mean, it's like, come on, we're not going to fight the red haired crew, right? It was also stated by I forget the guy's name, but the guy with the who's in the military office, he was basically talking about Shanks's crew, and he said that there are no soft targets on that crew. I mean, there's no weak link, and we know that Shanks has the weakest crew, but yet he's considered not weak. Sorry, Shanks has the weakest grand fleet or support ships or whatever, right? But it is stated by, and I'm going to mention his name, not trying to clout chase or nothing, but it's stated by Cole, King of Lightning, that would have to mean that Shanks's core crew makes up for that lack of power. And I believe that. I believe that because there's no way the red hair, because no one really messes with Shanks's crews like his his support, his grand fleet and all that. So we don't know the upper limits to their strength, but I will say this. I don't see them beating 4 admirals. I don't. I do not. Maybe 3. 4 is just too much. So, and I know you guys are probably going to talk about, well, what about when Ben Beckman showed up at the war? Yeah, Kizaru acknowledged him, and Kizaru stopped for a second. But then Kizaru teleported and tried to take another hot shot at Luffy. So, that ain't, I mean, that's something that was basically Oda saying, this guy, Ben Beckman, he's pretty strong. Probably admiral level, but just 4 admirals plus all their support. I don't see it happening. Well, even without just the 4 admirals alone, I don't think any pirate crew could have taken them, right? Now the world government, that is where it gets interesting. Could Akainu become king of the pirates with the 3 admirals at his backing? Yes, he could. But the world government, I don't know how I don't know if his crew could handle the God Knights. Well, the God Knights and the I don't know if he could handle the God Knights and the Gorosei. I mean, the Gorosei alone is kind of a tough sell. No, not even kind of. No, they can't beat the world government. Okay. All right, they can destroy any pirate crew. They become king of the pirates, but they don't touch the Holy Land. You got the Gorosei alone could probably, if not beat these guys, at least stalemate them. There's 5 of them, and there are 4 of the admirals, so they already got the advantage. And from what we saw between Kizaru and Saturn, they seemed comparable. Now, we probably haven't seen all from Kizaru. Kizaru was probably holding back. There's probably a lot going on, but yeah, I don't know, man. I don't. But even if they could, I don't see the admirals beating the Gorosei and the God Knights, because Dragon hyped up the God Knights, and the God Knights are going to be powerful. Shanks' twin brother is a God Knight, so that needs to be realized, and that needs to be taken into account for. So yeah, man, so that's what happened. They would dominate the sea, but if they ever want to get the world government would be able to squash them unless they built a massive pirate crew where they had several first division commander level beings with them. If they could do that, then yeah. But right now, I'm just talking about if just the admirals, and the 4 admirals, it'd be a massive battle, but they would ultimately lose to the world government, but they would dominate everywhere else. I'm Glecko. Thank you guys so much for listening to me talk my stuff. Thank you guys for allowing me this platform, allowing me to have an audience. Thank you for allowing me to share my passion, get my thoughts out. It was so frustrating not having nobody to talk to, being the only one around me who really likes anime and all that. Appreciate you guys. Love you guys so much. And I will see you on down the line.